Hypatia should still be in the cave. Let's go inside and see how she's doing. Hello? Hypatia? Maybe she went out to look for some food. Let's try looking around the area. There you are! Hypatia!
So hungry.
There's no way we can get her to eat in her current condition. Huh? Wait, what? Huh? How'd things out here end up looking like this? What happened? And where? Really? Oh. Wow, this place is huge! Paimon knew there's something off about that cave. Let's think of a way to get over there and have a closer look. Who knows? Maybe we'll find a lead of some kind.
Freeze!
Let me scry.
Cool it.
Fate is upon you. Propagate.
Dodge this!
Shadows of fate.
What's the hurt?
Stay clear.
Delve into
Freeze!
What is going on here? This place is getting weirder by the minute. Hey, what's the matter? You You don't look so good.
Well. Looks like we meet again, traveler.
The Abyss Herald! What a...
Strange place. Plotting. You needn't worry about such things.
Shadows of fate, written in the stars.
Take frostbite. Dodge this.
Swirl, Mark 2, spring form!
Freeze. Dodge this.
Propagate! Scatter!
Cool it.
Absorption test!
Fate is upon you.
Propagate!
Is you
Don't push your luck. This moment will be frozen.
Germinate! Huh? Why can't we beat this guy? Oh, Paimon doesn't get it! We've faced others like him before! What's wrong?
traveler? Though you may have managed to avert countless countless crises before. Your good fortune was bound to end sooner or later. It's time you realize how weak and powerless you really are. Your brother. His Highness has long since forsaken you. Your meager existence in his eyes is that of an annoying bug, only to the bonds of love and family which drive you to find your sibling. But don't you fret now. Today will be your last.
What do we do? We haven't seen Hypatia anywhere. Oh, there she is! Quick! Well, the good news is that she's still conscious. Hey, why'd you drop her food on the floor like that? Are you okay? Anyways, we can... Whoa! Wait a sec. Look at all this fruit lying around her. We can put that to good use.
Who is there? Tainari, is that you? Huh?
It's okay. You can...
I see. So, you're friends of Tainari. I apologize for all the trouble I've caused you. I'm grateful that you came so quickly to save me. You even brought all this...
Well, actually, we didn't bring the fruit. It was already... We were kind of wondering about that, actually. When we found you here, there was all this fruit lying around and even some juice drip...
Oh, real... I seem to understand now. All the fruit was likely from my, neighbor. Must have come by in some...
Your neighbor? You mean there's someone else living nearby?
Oh? So you're able to see...
Wait, hold on a second, Traveler. You say that before...
No, I actually do believe what the Traveler is saying. I myself had a similar experience once before. You needn't worry. They mean you no harm. They only dragged you into the dream because they hoped to buy themselves a little time in order to scurry away.
So, Hypatia, just what kind...
I'm not sure what it's called. I know this because the first time I saw them was also the exact day my consciousness was able to form a connection with... Even after I opened my eyes and at that very moment, in my curiosity, I began to walk over to the creature. It wasn't until I cried...
Oh! And then?
And then I was convinced. I feel like they aren't as afraid of me as the first time I approached them. But I never would have expected... Yes, no doubt about that.
Well, if somebody hadn't dropped the food earlier... Anyway, looks like we'll need to prepare something ourselves. Besides, Paimon's getting hungry too. Let's eat first and talk about Irminsul later. empty box that Tainari gave us since we already watched it. Oh, it smells amazing!
Are you already finished cooking? Even though everything you mentioned was in Tainari's letter, it's still hard to believe you were able to connect with Irminsul immediately after smelling Spirit-born eel for the first time. It took me nearly 3 years before I could do so. You should know that some researchers spent their entire lives without ever successfully connecting with Irminsul as you.
So why does this incense allow
The ingredients used to make Spirit-born eel primarily consist of plants created by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. These special ingredients are conducive to heightening our senses to the Dendro Archon's. Since the root of the Dendro Archon's power lies within Irminsul, we can occasionally tap into her powers to peer into the depths of the earth. Naturally,
Makes sense. But Paimon's got a question.
That was primarily due to her body's unique constitution. Stimulated by the incense, taking in any sense. Not to worry though. Technically, your body should still be sensitive to the powers of the Dendro. I must admit, I am quite envious of your abilities. Even if it meant suffering from pounding headaches for the rest of my—
Whoa, you're really serious?
As a member of the Ritaoist Darshan at the Academia, my main area of research is the stars and their connect, which is why I must turn to the all-knowing Irminsul for answers. If only I am currently in the stage of training known as Satyavada life. Sages have said that that's why we meditate alone. We need to ensure that our minds will be calm while minimizing the possibility of involving anyone else.
Whoa, so knowledge from—
Of course I do. However, I've been feeling bad. I believe that being able to see them is a sort of blessing. But what's strangest of all is that they're clearly an envoy of the God of Wisdom herself.
What's so strange about—
Well, it's strange because nearly nobody in Sumeru can ever dream.
Oh, is that—
Yes, well, to an extent. Only children can dream in Sumeru. The sages say that wisdom implies rationality, but that which occurs in dreams is often neither rational— Yes, the fact that the people of Sumeru do not have dreams is seen as a blessing by the sages. I was born into a family of scholars in Sumeru's. I studied hard, but then, on the day I skipped, it was incredible. Back then,
So, do you have any thoughts about—
Sorry, I'm afraid I don't have— World— If you two are ever in the area again, Please be sure. There's no need to be thanking me.
Now that we know Hypatia is alright...
Think about it, Tainari. Refusing to join is tantamount to burying your head in the sand. I understand that you're a forest watcher, and that it's your duty to combat the effects of Withering Zone. As Sage Kage clearly stated, your presence and guidance in Sumaru City is pivotal in finding a cure for Irminsul. How could you possibly refuse?
Keep your emotions in check, Gulam. Let's at least listen to Tainari's reason for declining. We're here to invite him to the Academia, not to—
Sage Kage, I am truly honored that you came here in person, but I'm afraid I must still decline your invitation. I am merely a forest watcher. How could the great minds of the Haravatat have any need of someone like me?
Well, it turns out that your refusal letter had some implications on your master's reputation. He is a renowned sage of the Immorta, after all. So now I've come here in his stead.
I see. Huh. And I figured that given his temper, he would come here and berate me personally.
Tainari, your master is an integral part of this effort, and now he requires your...
And what exactly does my master need of me, Sage Kage?
You'll know once you've arrived in Sumaru City, that is.
And how long will I be required to stay?
There's no definite answer as of now.
Do you mean to tell me that despite coming all the way here to Gandharvaville, you still can't answer? If that's the case, then I'm afraid I cannot give you a definite answer.
Tainari, but you...
So be it. Come, Gulam, we're leaving.
Tainari, what was that?
It's nothing. Some people from the academia wanted me to go to Sumaru City to assist them with a project. But I had to but all that can wait. How did things go with Hypatia?
It was quite the eventful trip.
Very good. Now that the traveler has made a full recovery, there shouldn't be any reason for you to tarry here longer. I assume you will be heading to Sumaru City, correct?
That's right! We want to meet Lesser Lord Kusanali and ask her for advice.
Sorry. I'm afraid I don't have any advice for you there.
Well, do you at least know anyone we can try asking?
Let me think. My trips to Sumaru City have been fairly short, and most of my acquaintances are researchers. How about this? I'll write you a letter of introduction that you can give to a researcher I know. He's from the Amurta Darshan and is adept at gathering information. Asking him might prove worthwhile. Also, when you enter Sumaru City, you'll probably end up receiving something like this item here. I'm not sure if it will ever come in handy for you, but maybe you...
Oh?
It's called an Akasha Terminal. It's a tool produced by the Academia that utilizes the legacy of Greater Lord Rukadevata. Some say that this very item is the basis of Sumeru's reputation as the City of Wisdom. Needless to say, this device and its usage fall under the Academia's expertise.
Great! Next up! That's right! Tainari, we have something important to say to Kale before we leave.
Yes, she's doing much better. After being confined to her bed all this time, I thought a little walk would do her some good. Last I saw her, she knew you two would be leaving soon, so she must have wanted to see you off.
Thanks, Tainari.
Farewell, and good luck.
I've been waiting for you two. Thanks for waiting here just to see us off, Kale. We're headed... Don't worry about me. I can take care of myself. My condition won't be getting in the way of my duties. I want to be a forest ranger after all. And, I'm sorry. I should have told you both about my condition when we first met. But I guess now I understand that the most important thing is for friends. There's no need to apologize, Kale. We should be thanking you, for we're probably still gonna worry about your condition. But that's... Thank you. That means a lot. Oh? What? It's my recipe for pita pockets. Yay! Thanks, Kale. I hope that whenever you eat them, well then, Sumaru City! We finally made it! Oh! Did you see that? When those people entered...
One moment, please, you two. It appears this is your first time visiting Sumaru City.
Oh, yeah, that's right!
because there's currently no information on either of you in the Akasha. But no need to worry, that won't prevent you from entering the city. In fact, the Academia conveniently provides each traveler to Sumaru City with a device. Perhaps you too have heard of the Akasha before. It's our beloved. After centuries of tireless research on the... As long as you are within Sumaru's borders, you may use an Akasha terminal to connect directly to the Akasha and access any knowledge you need. I should mention that due to technical limitations, the operation of Akasha terminals will be much smoother and more effective in large cities such as Sumaru City and Port Ormos.
Oh, so this is the thing that Tainari was telling us about.
You two are quite fortunate. Until recently, it was standard practice to only issue Akasha terminals to outlanders who spent an extended amount of time in Sumeru. However, this policy was recently changed. Here are your Akasha terminals.
It kind of looks like a leaf.
To activate it, simply hold it in your hand and say the following phrase to yourself. May the mighty God bless us with their voice of wisdom.
Oh, says this little doodad lets you access... May the mighty God... Whoa! Just now, something clicked, and Paimon suddenly knew how to use this thing. It seems all we need to do is concentrate on what we want to know.
Exactly. And with that, let me officially welcome you both to Sumeru City. May the wisdom of the Dendro Archon always be your guide.
Okay, now that we're... Okay, next, let's go... Oh, come on! Paimon's brain is exhausted. Oh, smart idea. But what are you going to ask it? Huh. Could it... You... Uh-oh. Well, he's from Sumeru, and even has a Let's see. Kainari wrote an address on the letter's envelope. Oh, it's not far from the city's gate. Let's head...
Watch out for pickpockets.
Propagate!
Freeze!
Ha!
something like that about me. It's plain hurtful.
Hello, are you real Howie?
Yes, that's me. Can I help you?
Great! You see, kind of...
What? Tainari? Please, there's no need to say anything, really. Sure, I admit that the article I published last month wasn't my best work, and maybe the data did...
Here, this is a letter.
Oh, it seems even Tainari acknowledges my innate ability for procuring information.
We want to meet with Leslie.
You mean you want to meet the Dendro Archon herself? This isn't exactly my area of expertise, but let me see what I can find in the Akasha. Sorry, the Akasha...
What? You too?
Well, as I said, this isn't my area of expertise. I am but a lowly researcher. All I know is that ever since Lesser Lord Kusanali returned to Sumeru, she's never left the Sanctuary of Sorasthana or made a public appearance.
Huh. Didn't expect...
The Dendro Archon is somewhat of a recluse. Perhaps...
Aw, but...
No need. And besides, you two should consider the bright side of things. Not being able to see Lesser Lord Kusanali may not be a bad thing. In this world, there will always be information you cannot obtain from the Akasha, and things you can never accomplish. Knowing when to... Take me, for example. It's a miracle if my brain cells can spit out one paper every 3 years. But Tainari? That guy can publish 3 papers in just a single year. Don't mention it. If you two ever want information about things like who's been promoted within the academia or relations between the 6 great sages, come find me. Hey, come on. This is a
Oh. So what do we do now? Even if we... Huh? Like who? Oh, you're right! Catherine! The adventure...
Astra Abyssa.
Catherine, we need your help.
Understood. The Adventurers Guild is always...
We want to meet with Lesser Lord Kusanali.
You two wish to meet with Sumeru's Archon. I apologize, but I am unable to call up any relevant information in the Akasha. I'm also unable to locate any pertinent information in my
Another dead end.
Please do not worry. I may know of someone in Sumeru. The Adventurers Guild does not serve as the vanguard of information. Rather, there are numerous... They take on various contracts and work all across Sumeru. An Eremite brigade called the Corps of 30 is in charge of Sumeru City's defenses. Not only are they the oldest brigade, but they are...
Corps of 30?
Supposedly, they are named as such because their ranks numbered 30 at their inception. Asfand, an advisor with the... If you'd like to get in contact with him, you're welcome.
All right, off to the Citadel of Razor we go!
Welcome. The Adventurers Guild told me to expect you to.
It's nice to meet you, Osfond.
I see. So, Catherine's the one who sent you this. Ha! It's true that the Eremites' network is vast, but even I can't help you meet the Dendro—
Wait, seriously?
Afraid so. The Eremites aren't terribly religious. We originally came from the desert. It isn't just us, though.
Oh? What?
Just take the Academia, for example. They're the ones who truly rule Sumeru. Although they believe in gods, most of them only care for the late greater Lord Rugadava. In their eyes, she was the one who founded Sumeru and gifted us with the Akasha. Because of the Academia's influence, most citizens are more familiar with greater— not to mention that lesser Lord Kusanali never makes an appearance.
Really? Aww.
Ha! But who knows? We're all just guessing when it comes down to it. Besides, I'm sure the god of—
All right.
No problem. Always happy.
Seems Osfond was right about most people's attitudes here. Not only are they not interested in the Dendro Archon, they even say stuff like, if the Akasha doesn't think I should know, then I don't need to know about it. We've been asking for information non-stop ever since we got to Sumeru. But the harder we try, the more helpless everything seems. Isn't there at least one—
Oh, you two are interested in Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Huh?
From the sound of it, you two are Outlanders who recently arrived here. You've been asking around— Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Dunyarzad, one of Lesser Lord Kusanali's faithful followers.
Whoa, really?
I'm afraid I can't help you with that. But your conversation earlier did happen to remind me of a legend. Sure. It goes like this. Long, long ago, panicked by what he heard, the man sought out the man journeyed in despair. He thought,
okay, and then what happened?
And then the calamity came. At that moment, a bird perched upon his shoulder. This bird was, in fact, an avatar of the Dendro Archon Seeker. Along your journey, we were in—
Yeah, thanks for the story!
in a way, it seems like—
Dunyarzad.
Of course. So did— I'm terribly sorry, but it seems something's come up now. Let's chat another day.
What the— It looks like they're searching for someone. Dunyarzad was acting—
Hey, have you two seen a brown-haired girl wearing a purple top and a long blue dress? Or look—
did she—
Yes, that's her. Did you see which direction?
Yeah,
Quick, after her!
We thought you might have been long gone.
Oh, it's you two. Oh, you
can relax now.
Really? Thank you so much. Uh-oh, looks like they're—
Huh? More?
No, wait, my body isn't in the best shape. It's difficult for me to run. Okay, sounds good. There's a tavern on the other side of the port we can go to.
All right, let's move.
We made it. Oh, they shouldn't be able to find us now. Wait! Stand down, Dia!
My lady, who are these two?
They're travelers that I met on the street just a moment ago. They happened to notice that you were all searching for me, so they helped me hide.
I see. In that case, you two should scram. There's nothing here for you.
Wait a sec! Who the heck are—
I'm Miss Dunyarzad's bodyguard, here to see that she returns home safe and sound. My lady, let's get going.
And if I refuse to go with you?
It'd be easier for the both of us if you cooperated. But if you insist on not going, then I'll have to carry you like a—
Hey! Dunyarzad already said she'd—
Stay out of this. Sorry, my lady. Even though I'm your bodyguard, your parents are my employers. I have to answer to them.
How much?
Wait, what?
How much more do I have to pay you to become your employer? So you never listen to my parents ever again.
My lady, this isn't about Mora. I don't know what you think of us Eremites, but let me say this. I like Mora, but I'll never go against my principles. That's why I'm here looking for you. Sure, and knowing your health, carelessly running around—
No, you're wrong. I'm aware of my limits, and I know what I'm doing. Honestly, the only people being and I know perfectly well that it makes no difference if I'm at home or— and every time I bring this up, they just change the subject. Dia, I know it hasn't been easy for Mother and Father, and I'm grateful because she saved me. This is my life and my last chance.
My lady, are you sure what you're doing now is—
Yes, I'm sure.
Fine, I won't ask you to— but let me make something very clear. I'm only doing this because I respect your determination, not because I agree with you.
Thank you, Dia.
Don't worry about it, my lady. I did say that I like Mora. Besides, that's our next topic of conversation. Today's little excursion caused such a ruckus that every single bodyguard at the estate was deployed. It wouldn't be easy to hide things from your old man. Since this definitely won't be your last escapade, here's a little tip. You should at least make it look like your room and things are still in order when you leave. Also, you'll need someone to cover you for when you're out and about. So,
I'll let you hire me, my lady. This way, everyone wins. As for the pay, let's say half of what your father pays me. We can settle the bill when we return to the...
Okay, deal.
Yay! Looks like...
I'm fine, really. I just feel a little tired now that things have...
My lady, stop trying to look tough. We're already in a tavern, so let's rest up and grab some grub.
I'm sorry for worrying you too.
Sure, after you rest...
Ha! Well, if it isn't, word on the street is that you're a bodyguard for the whole...
Nah, you get used to it. How about a menu over here?
You got it, huh? Isn't this...
Thank you, sir. But please bring these two the best food you have. They're my new friends, so I want to be a good host for them.
Yeah, we're already...
How about our coconut charcoal cakes? They're our signature snack, and they run cheap. Look, other customers over there are eating some now.
They look kind of burnt and dry. Paimon will pass. Hey, come on! Dunyarzad, we asked a lot of people when we first arrived, and almost...
Well, remember when you asked me if I knew how to meet the Dendroarchon? Even though I don't know how, I think I've actually seen her before.
Huh?
Yes, it was when I was a child. I was stuck inside and couldn't... My younger self no longer had any hopes or dreams. One flare-up was so bad that I was in a semi-conscious state for several days. Then one night, I woke up alone in my room. At that moment, an ethereal...
Dunyarzad, don't be scared. You... Who are you? How do I explain this? You might not be able to understand, but actually... Really? Of course. I know that you're scared of thunder. That you hate taking medicine every... Wow, you're a Dunyarzad. Is there any... What? No. Huh? But aren't you a child? All children have... Can you make my illness... Oh... Then, can you...
After that, the voice said, although my body was suffering during those days, beyond my window was the flourishing... Once I finally made it through that bout of ill, but I know that that voice wasn't a figment of my imagination. Before that, I had never heard of Teyvat. Yes, for sure. If it weren't for that voice, I would have never grown cured. That voice sparked a desire for wisdom. It had to have... I've been hoping for a chance...
What's the...
It's Lesser Lord Kusanali's birthday. It's actually an old holiday. I heard everyone was overjoyed when they woke, but because of the Academia's the Academia Act, maybe they see Lesser Lord Kusanali's birthday.
Aww.
It is. It's absolutely sure the Greater Lord found...
Just remember that we're still out in public.
I know that people over... But recently, I made a friend there who also follows Lesser Lord. I gave her my savings because I want her to throw a wonderful festival this year.
Hold on, my lady, does this friend happen to be Nilou? The one who...
Yes, that's her.
I saw her leaving the other day with a nervous look on her face. It's...
Yes. Initially, I didn't have much more prepared, so I had Nilou sell one of my skirts. I've agreed with Nilou to meet up at the Grand Bazaar.
Sure, that's quite the trip, though.
No, that would be too much.
You might as well just accept the lift. If I let you walk...
But of course. Nilou will be thrilled to hear there are more people interested in Lesser Lord... Sorry I'm late, Neil.
Oh, Dunyarzad. It was taking you so long that Uh-oh. But if Dia's here, that means you got caught, right?
You could say that.
Not
Oh. And who are...
Oh, meet the Traveler and Paimon, my two newest friends. They're visitors who just arrived at Sumaru City, and are...
So you're followers from another land? That's wonderful. You two absolutely mustn't miss the Sabzeruz festival. By the way, Dunyarzad, we've already started decorating the Grand Bazaar. It looks spectacular, thanks to your generous contribution.
You're very welcome.
Probably? But don't sweat it. We've already finished renovating the stage. Come on,
In my opinion, Jukes is the best stall in the whole possession.
Wow!
Not bad.
The stairs were nothing. A little while ago, we discovered that the tree above the stage had a huge chunk of bark ready to fall off. Mr. Zubair we reported it to the Academia many times.
Oh, probably because it was the theater asking.
The Academia looks down on We can't let that happen, though. Thank the Dendra Archon for Dunyarzad. But the more she gave us, we hired someone to patch up the tree, and we also gave the stage a much-needed... The stage is going to be even pretty...
And I can't wait to see you on the stage.
Nilu, what are you gonna be doing?
She'll be dancing the dance of Sabzeruz.
Dunyarzad, have you told them the origin of...
I only told them about the Greater Lord and Lesser Lord.
Okay. Then I'll tell you two about how this... According to legend, that a long time, some of the gods got drunk. As she danced upon those brilliant purple flowers became her dazzle. Of course they did, although they aren't around anymore. Though we're just tiny people compared...
Nilu, you of all people will definitely... Yeah. The Greater...
Thinking about the Goddess of Flowers dance makes me wish I could have seen it. If my stage were anything like that... So, Traveler and Paimon, what do you think?
All of Lesser Lord Kusanali's followers will be there for her birthday.
Ooh, Paimon thinks that's a great idea! Hey, come on!
So how about we all attend the Sabzeruz festival together?
Dunyarzad, everyone at the Grand Bazaar.
In that case, we'll take... Whoa! Did you know that the...
Huh. I don't know much about... Oh, and the perfume, so... I mean...
Nilu, you're out...
I thought I'd add...
Wow.
Uh-huh. Of course.
As a child, my the Sabzeruz.
In my opinion, Jukes is the best stall.
Things are really... Don't be fooled into things. And when it comes to...
Hey! Is that who Paimon thinks it is? It looks like... Catherine! Huh. Come to think of it, Paimon's only ever seen her behind the counter at the Adventurers Guild. This is the first time we've ever seen her taking a break. Hey, Catherine!
Huh? Oh, hey! It's the Traveler and Paimon! What's shaken?
Whoa! Break time Catherine sure sounds a lot less formal than usual. Paimon was still waiting for her to say Ad Astra Abyssosque.
Sure. Standing behind the counter at the adventure, but say going and doing the same old things over. But take you two, for example. You travel across...
Well, we enjoy travel.
Yes, you should keep searching. Sometimes the answers we're looking for aren't necessarily at our intended destination.
Huh. Haven't we heard someone say something pretty similar recently?
No, not particularly. Oh.
Alright, we'll see you.
I'm sure you two will get along well with...
There's something really...
Hey, traveler.
Oh, hey, Dia.
I've got something to tell ya. My lady knows you're looking for ways to meet Lesser Lord Kusanali, and she's been trying to come up with a way to help you. Well, I have an idea that might help.
Are you serious?
It might not necessarily pan out, so don't get your hopes up too much. I'll need to take you two somewhere and ask someone some questions. My lady is feeling a little worn out at the moment. Nilu's found a place for her to rest. After I take my lady home, let's meet in front of the Citadel of Regzar.
Sounds like a... Let's head over to the Citadel of Regzar and wait for Dia.
Sorry, I'm late. Anyway, I guess I should be thanking you.
You sure sound a...
It's...
Look!
Listen, I don't expect to be working for Miss Dunyarzad very long, but I hope to finish things on a positive note if possible. Let's cut the chit-chat and head into the Citadel. We'll see if the person I know has a way for you two to meet with the Lesser Lord. Oh, hey, Chief.
Ah, Dia. What are you doing here?
I take it you...
We met this morning after the...
No kidding. Huh. So, where's Ruksha?
Ruksha's gone over to the Academia. The Grand Sage recently ordered...
Appreciate it, Chief.
Theft?
Just recently, the
Let me fill you in. The Academia recently sent a convoy to pick up. The Grand Sage took the whole matter very serious.
You two have heard of Port Ormos, haven't you? It's the largest commercial port in all of Sumeru. You can travel. The Academia's grip isn't long enough to reach all the way to Port Ormos, so the city's a little more laid back, meaning the population's also a mixed bag. You never know who you'll meet there.
Apparently what was lost has a great deal to do with the Akasha. Now, if you're interested, maybe you could head to Port Ormos and ask around yourselves.
Are you serious, Chief? All the Academia students are in Sumeru City, you know. Why should they pretend to be students?
If you're also interested.
Count me out, and take it from me. If you two really do decide... There are even some extremists who go around shouting slogans like, "Retake Sumeru for the Scarlet King."
You bet they are.
Not everyone's like you. Well, traveler, that's about...
Thanks, Dia! Since we've gathered up...
Miss Dunyarzad is looking forward to seeing you both. Good. Then we'll see you both at the Sub-Zerus Festival.
Come and have a good look yourself.
Believe me.
Wow. Ooh, we know that would have... Paimon doesn't get it. Won't we look you... Well...
Welcome. Welcome.
Hi there. there. We would like to ask you.
Of course, many people often talk about how hard it is to get accepted into the act. Sure, we may not be. You see over there? Those are students from the academy. They've been looking worried and miserable, if you ask me.
Those.
It's no good. I've tried asking around, but I haven't been able to learn anything useful. Not to mention that a bunch of scary-looking Eremite mercenaries have been posted.
There's been a lot of fighting between the different Eremite factions in Port Ormos. Especially the group that's constantly shouting some stuff about the Scarlet King and some resurrection.
They're called Ain el Ahmar. Today...
Wait, come again?
Don't you see? Many of the Eremites in Port Ormos deal... They're usually pretty... I've heard that Ain el Ahmar...
Wait, did you say 500,000? If information alone costs that much, then how could we ever afford to buy what we're looking for? I guess we might as well give up on trying...
I wouldn't worry too much. Our field of research is very niche. Who else could possibly be after that kind of shade?
Oh, I guess that makes sense.
Whoa! Did you hear that? A niche field of research? So, what's our plan? Wait, didn't you hear what they just said? Buying information is going to cost us Oh, all right. This is the place we heard those students talking about. Let's find a seat.
Oh, you've arrived. Please, take a seat.
So, they think that they can go toe-to-toe with the boss?
They're nothing to be afraid of.
How can the Caracal Battalion compete with the boss when they're nothing but a bunch of money-grubbing opportunists out for a quick mora?
Yeah, with...
All these guys...
Greater Lord Ruka Devata. That traitor and her followers must not be spared. The day will come when the Scarlet King exacts vengeance on Sumeru, and all of them shall be punished.
Yeah, Paimon was wondering what they meant too.
Huh? Who are you? What do you want? A traveler?
Now's probably not the time to talk about that. Didn't the students say Eremites are wary of outsiders?
A student? What's a student from Sumeru City doing in Port Ormos? Ah, well, if it's info you want, you've come to the right place. The question is, can you afford it? Huh? What is this, some kind of joke?
Oh! Sorry. She must have grabbed the wrong amount. Hey, what do you think you're doing? Oh, Paimon can't stand this.
Here, this is the merchant's address. Whatever you're looking for, you'll find it there. Well, what are you waiting for?
Oh, that's right. We heard you mention the Scarlet King just now.
Fine. Since you've already handed over the Mora, I guess I can throw in a little extra in. As you can see, members of Ain al Ahmar are devout believers of the Years ago, the Scarlet King founded the great desert nation that was our homeland. It was the Scarlet King was the rightful god of wisdom, but he was betrayed by a companion he trusted. She even stripped him of his title, God of Wisdom.
So, you mean the...
Greater Lord Ruka Devata, yes. That shameless wretch destroyed the Scarlet King's civilization, and our ancestors were forced to flee to this land where we were made to suffer the tyranny of our enemies. Furthermore, she conspired with the academia to cover up the truth of her actions, and create the merciful and benevolent facade for which she is now known. Ugh, just thinking about it sickens me. Mark my words, our god... If what I'm saying makes you shiver with fear, it might not be too late for you to become a believer of the Scarlet King. I don't have anything to say to you academia people about that. I think this conversation has reached its end.
Not just yet. This man is a fraud.
Huh?
You again? Deranged academia lunatic.
Yes, it's me again. I already warned you that if you weren't willing to sit and discuss things with me, I'd take measures to make things uncomfortable for you. Listen to me. That address he gave you is fake. Or at least, you won't find a merchant waiting for you there. This group has been boasting all around that they can provide information on a certain item as a means of luring people into their territory. Once you show up, they keep up the act until they have hard evidence that you want to purchase said item. Then they use that to squeeze you for all the more you're...
Hey! Shut it all, Hatham! What are you playing at, trying to ruin...
I told you the other day. I wish to discuss my terms with your boss.
Ha! The boss made it perfectly clear that...
Yes, and in no uncertain terms. But that was then. It does not preclude him from changing his mind in the future.
I'm warning you.
If you're suggesting that we escalate this from a verbal exchange to a physical one, I accept. After all, even the Archons used war to negotiate the ownership of Tevat. If, on the other hand, we can't agree on any means of negotiation at all, then I'm afraid my next course of action will sting a little more than the mere falling through of a few business deals. I will jeopardize the Eremite's reputation, which I know you value above all else. I am quite confident that if I began to take such action, your boss would willingly approach me himself. However, I fear that by then, some things will have happened that cannot be undone. Also, a word of advice. I suggest you tell your boss exactly what happened here today. Otherwise, he...
What did you...
Consider this. Have I ever failed to follow through on my word in the past?
This guy is really out of his mind.
Okay then. If you really have a death wish, let's meet a week from today. The pier in front of the Pharos Lighthouse, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, sharp. Don't expect us to hold back.
Not so fast. First, you return the 500,000 mora to them.
Please, I beg you, don't provoke them. We can't afford any trouble with this crowd. They haven't even paid for their food yet.
Ah, Mr. Iman. There appears to be fewer staff in the restaurant recently. This wouldn't happen to be because they're all busy spreading the word to the students, would it?
Well...
Someone who chooses to do business with a group like that really can't afford to get so flustered the instant someone confronts them about it. Consider the meal compensation for our silence. I'd say you're getting an excellent deal.
Whoa, did you see that? He not only got us our mora back, plus he seems to know a lot about... He went that way! After him!
Should I adjust the shipping schedule?
Wait up! It's Al-Hatham, right?
What do you want? No need for thanks. My goal was to get to them, and you two gave me just the opportunity I needed. Oh, I advise you to keep your distance from them. Since they weren't able to make off with your mora in the end, they might harass you again. All right. Goodbye.
Hold your horses! We still have something to ask you about! Since you tore through their scam right in front of them, you must know the real story about us.
Who exactly are you two? And why are you inquiring about that? A student. Right. Look, you should know that those thugs conducting business with you had nothing to do with your lie.
Huh? Oh, yeah! She's really strong! Weren't you saying something about a physical exchange? We can help with that.
She doesn't even have a vision.
Maybe not, but she can still use elemental energy. Otherwise, there's no way we'd go asking for info from Those hot-headed thugs are definitely gonna bring a lot of backup for your next meeting, even if you don't go...
All right, I accept. Got a pen and paper? If you're searching for someone who sells that kind of merchandise, I'll give you one of their addresses, and you can try your luck. We'll reconvene at the appointed time by the pier. It doesn't matter if you show up or not.
So, since you were happy to give us this merchant's information, does that mean you can tell us exactly what we're after?
You were willing to part with 500,000 mora for something and you didn't? Okay. Well, if you truly are as skilled as you claim, then you can beat the answer out of them when they become hostile. Look, if you've been making inquiries, then you have to know something by now. Tell me what you know so far, so I don't waste time repeating information.
We know it's connected to the academia somehow, and that not only do the Eremites deal in it, but some students want to get a hold of...
You know almost everything there is to know, but you're unable to compile this information because you've never seen the object. This is what you've been looking for.
Huh? Paimon can't tell...
This is a knowledge capsule. To put it simply, it's a vessel that can store a fixed quantity of canned. Anyone who links it to their personal Akasha terminal instantly becomes privy to its contents. Correct. Anyone. Unlike the Akasha, which heavily regulates who can access what information, knowledge capsules confer their contents without any requisites. It's essentially a convenient and harmless vestibule for knowledge. Unfortunately, it's illegal in Sumeru to privately possess or trade them. They were created as a means for scholars to transfer knowledge gained from Irminsul into the Akasha, and are intended to be destroyed immediately after use. But despite strict regulations, some of these knowledge capsules will always escape destruction. Over the past century, a wide variety of canned knowledge has been leaked from the academia. Now, in Port Ormos, the valuable ones are a means to mora for the Eremites. Meanwhile, those which the Eremites deem to be useless to them occasionally prove useful to the common citizens and hapless academia. Well, I think that about sums it up. Oh, so that's your true objective. With our current arrangement, I don't believe I can offer an answer. You're still resolved. Fine. Let's continue our conversation here. If you wish to learn more about the knowledge capsule that the Academia lost, then you must help me. I need you to find someone named Dory, a traveling merchant. Unlike the peddlers who hawk inferior knowledge capsules, she often has quality goods in stock. Some say that as long as there is profit to be made, there is nothing. She's guarded against people from the Academia because most of her wares don't comply with Academia regulations. I think she blacklisted me. Become one of Dory's customers and earn her trust.
Why do you want us to meet with...
Until you complete this task, you don't have question privileges. You two are outlanders who haven't been here. Beyond the password, though, I have no way of knowing what other tricks she might have up her sleeve. You'll have to improvise.
This is kind of nerve-wracking.
The true challenge begins after you meet her. She has a keen nose for mora and a shrewd eye for wares, and she only likes customers who I'll prepare some funds for you.
But we only just saw it.
That's true. Have you two heard of elemental sight? Oh, that's a surprise. Guess I'll have to hold you in higher regard. Anyway, that ability should resolve your issue. Here are 2 knowledge capsules. Tell me, can you detect any difference in their quality?
They look the same?
Try inspecting them with elementals.
How'd it go? Did you see anything?
Rumor has it that higher quality knowledge capsules generally appear that's because knowledge originates from Irminsul, the root of Dendro power itself. However, some canned knowledge with a high concentration of elemental energy using elemental sight is...
That sounds pretty impressive.
Here's a sheet with the informant's location and contact password. And here is the Mora for purchasing camp. Don't be cheap. Oh, and be sure to exercise some...
Matra?
They belong to the The Matra are razor sharp. You're in for nothing good if they lock their sights onto you. Okay, then...
Looking at what Al-Haytham wrote, Dory's informed...
Talk to the bartender if you want a drink.
Let's follow these instructions.
Hello. What are you two looking to buy?
Wait, are you sure you're remembering that right? Paimon doesn't think it was that on the...
What a unique palette. We have...
Following the paper got us past the first round.
Ronak, these two want to buy unripe horror fruits. Show them to the warehouse.
Got it. You two, please follow me. You two have a fascinating fashion sense. We haven't seen a customer wearing a Sumaru rose for quite some time.
Hold on. Let me think. Sumaru rose means common merch.
Every ship deserves the
No,
best mate.
look again. We're obviously wearing morning flowers.
Ah, my mistake. I do apologize.
Whew. That pop quiz sure was scary.
Ah, the warehouse is up ahead. Please follow me. Before I retrieve your product, please forgive me, but we may not have sufficient stock for you today. Earlier, many of our hara fruits were taken by mice.
Hold on. That's not right.
I'm sorry. But as things...
He's cautious of us. Let's take a closer look at...
Before I retrieve your... Please forgive me, but we may not have sufficient stock for you today. Earlier, many of our hara fruits were taken by mice. Thanks. If better goods come in, you'll be the first to know. You look like you have some skill. Why don't I pick out some fruits that'll make you dizzy?
No, that's not it. The paper said that heat stroke is the answer to... He's cautious of us. Let's take a closer...
Before I retrieve... Please forgive me, but we may not have sufficient stock for you today. Earlier, many of our hara fruits were taken by mice. Thanks. If better goods come in, you'll be the first. You look like you have some skill. Why don't I pick out some fruits that'll make you dizzy?
Yep, that's the right answer. But eating horror fruit that makes...
Would you like your horror fruits to be packaged in the Sumaru City or Port Ormos style? Wow, you two sure are generous customers. We'll be sure to package... Okay, everything has been confirmed. Miss Dory is waiting for you up at... Shoot, it's the Matra! Run!
What? The Matra? Where? Oh, Hatham said we're done for if they catch us. We gotta get out of here. We don't know this area, so let's follow that informant. He ran down with... Look, he's over there! If you're hiding from the Rishbaland tiger, come this way! Another password! Huh? Oh, that voice came from behind... Here, over here. You can stop running now. So you were the one who was calling out to us just now. But, are we definitely gonna be safe here?
These two good customers wish to buy some horror fruit, Miss Dory. And if there's nothing else, I'll just excuse myself.
Oh, very good. Thank you. Huh? Wait, you're Dory? Hey, what are you trying to say, Princess Pea-Brain? I can be scary enough when I need to be, believe you me. If you don't watch what you... But it seems you two have actually done pretty well so far. Not only did you manage to find the informant, your reactions were also pretty sharp. You know? Paimon's not sure if that's supposed to be a... I can't risk doing business with people who start huffing and puffing after just a few paces. So that's why I prefer to have customers like you. It's your first time here, but don't worry, I won't ask too many questions. Even if you wish to buy enough knowledge capsules to decorate your house with, please, knock yourself out. As long as you have lots of round, shiny Mora, then we're all good. Ah, yes, of course. Go ahead. Wow, she has a trove of canned knowledge. Whew. She'd probably be a... What kind of products do you seek? Take this one, for example. An analysis of the sociological ideology and dialectics of the Hilichurls. Only 3 people in all of Tevat have ever studied it, making it extremely rare. It's on sale now for 350,000 Mora. Yeesh, who would want to be an expert in that topic? Or how about the architectural styles and construction methods of Tevat in the early Archon War period? With this one, you can become an expert in his... Ooh, now this sounds like 2 million Mora, and it's yours. No discounts. Whoa! Of course, you are free to pick whatever your heart's desire. The contents... All right, let's try the method that Al-Haytham mentioned. You've really got a good head on your shoulders, and quite the eye for quality. We'll take these, please and thank... My, oh my, you are blessed with... Listen, I have a special offer for you two. If you spend just 100,000 more, you can pick any knowledge capsule of your choice up to a value of 1 million Mora. Say what now? Hey, did you hear that? Spend another 100K and we get a capsule worth a whole much we think about it. We've gone to all this trouble to get this can. Aren't you even the least bit curious about how this whole can knowledge thing works? We're talking instant knowledge here. Don't you want to try it yourself? Come on, come on. We still have around 100,000 of Alhaitham's Mora left. So let's put it to good use by finding something useful for you.
Excellent. Then please,
Hold on a second. Paimon thought we could choose whatever we wanted. Why can't we?
Oh, but my dear customer, the knowledge capsules over here are worth 1 million Mora each. I'm sure discerning customers like yourselves will be able to find something to your liking. Please, take...
Oh, Paimon has a bad feeling about this. Let's use Elemental Sight again to check the... So, what did you see? So, they're all worth about the same amount? Well, anyway, the Mora's already been spent, so let's at least try to find something useful. Let Paimon take a look here. An introduction to traditional Sumaru brewing techniques. Not sure we'd ever find volumes 1 through 7, but at least this knowledge should be useful, right? Let's go with this one. Dory, we'll take this one.
All right, very good. I'm expecting some new goods in the next couple days, so be sure to check back again soon, whether it's...
Our dealings with Dory went smoothly enough. Let's head to Wakala Funduk and meet up with Alhaitham. Hopefully now he'll finally tell us about what the Academia lost.
Trust me, I'll find you.
You two made it. And from the looks on your faces...
Whoa, there's so many people from the Academia here. Why would you pick this place as our meetup spot?
Well, Wakela Funduk is under the Academia's control, so naturally the Academia has people working here.
You're a pretty daring...
Relax. No one here is interested in anything we say, and the Matcher won't come here.
Okay, we did what you asked. So, can you tell us about the knowledge...
Before that, I have to ask. Why are you two so intent on tracking it down?
Yeah, she just wants to meet the God of Wisdom and ask her about something important. We've been in Sumaru for a while now, but we still haven't found a way. When we heard that the Academia had lost something that...
In that case, you're on the right track. A short while ago...
Wow, there's really such a thing as that? Hey, if we find it, do you think we could...
I highly doubt it has any mystical properties.
So, where exactly?
That's what we need to find out next. I won't deny that. As you know, several brigades of my personal... I agreed to forgo... However, there are those... They adamantly believe that the Divine Knowledge Capsule contains the Scarlet King's power, and that he will return to this world...
So you kept hounding them?
Yes. Ain al-Ahmar isn't exactly wealthy, but its members are determined to get that So, I've been sabotaging their business to force... The Divine Knowledge Capsule should be up for a secret auction within the next few days to ensure the capsule's security and to... Unless I know whose hands the Divine Knowledge Capsule and Dory is the most reliable source of information, but that avenue...
In other words, you wanted us...
Yes, you can say... The day after tomorrow, if I get the opportunity to study the Divine Knowledge Capsule, I will relay my findings to you. Will that suffice as compensation? Okay.
Alhaitham...
Doing so right under the Academia's